People's brains are programmed to fall for cuteness that can cause us to overlook some of the more dangerous traits animals have developed to help them survive. Plenty of tiny, fluffy and adorable creatures look harmless, but beware because looks can be deceiving. Here are some of the creatures that you might think cute and beautiful, but they can be dangerously beautiful. It is a known fact that birds can be vicious enough to strike. But a hooded pitahoo, an otherwise innocent-looking bird with a plumage of bright yellow shades from New Guinea, is a songbird with a beautiful voice. But the surprising fact about the bird is that it is poisonous. The bird's skin and feathers are covered with a neurotoxin that can cause numbness, tingling, sneezing and other minor symptoms when touched. This poison, which it acquires from the consumption of corazine beetles, and keeps it from being eaten, but humans rub it in charcoal before consuming its meat. The poison is the same as that in poison dart frogs, but much weaker in case of the bird. The blue dragon is a sea slug of a tiny size, about 3 cm. This beautiful animal is often rightly referred to as a sea angel. Its tapering body is dorsally silver-grey in color and ventrally pale blue, with dark blue stripes on the head. It has 6 appendages which radiate into finger-like serrata, and a pointed tail. It feeds on hydrozoans, including the highly poisonous jellyfish-like creature called Portuguese man-o'-war. It protects itself from being harmed by producing mucus, and saves the venom of its prey in the serrata to use for a defensive purpose. In fact, this poison is more harmful than its original form, as the blue dragon keeps it in a concentrated form. Mosquitoes can act as vectors for many disease-causing viruses and parasites. Infected mosquitoes carry these organisms from person to person without exhibiting symptoms themselves. Mosquito-borne diseases include viral diseases such as yellow fever, dengue fever, and chikungunya. The parasitic diseases collectively called malaria, lymphatic filariasis, dengue viruses are a significant health risk globally. Severe cases of dengue often require hospitalization and can be life-threatening shortly after infection. Equine encephalitis viruses, tularemia, St. Louis encephalitis, heartworm diseases and Zika, recently notorious, though rarely deadly, it causes fever, joint pain, rashes and conjunctivitis. The most serious consequence appears when the infected person is a pregnant woman, since during pregnancy this virus can originate a birth defect called microcephaly. Various species of mosquitoes are estimated to transmit various types of disease to more than 700 million people annually in Africa, South America, Central America, Mexico, Russia, and much of Asia, with millions of resultant deaths. At least 2 million people annually die of these diseases, and the morbidity rates are many times higher still. Cone snail. The bright colors and patterns of cone snails are attractive, hence people sometimes pick up the live animals. This is risky, because the snail often fires its harpoon in these situations. The harpoons of some of the larger species of cone snail can penetrate gloves or wetsuits. The sting of many of the smallest cone species may be no worse than a bee or hornet sting, but the sting of a few of the larger tropical fish-eating species can be fatal. According to research, about 27 human deaths can be confidently attributed to cone snail envenomation, though the actual number is almost certainly much higher. Some 36 people are estimated to have died from geography cone envenomation alone. Symptoms of a more serious cone snail sting include intense, localized pain, swelling, numbness and tingling and vomiting. Symptoms can start immediately or can be delayed for days. Severe cases involve muscle paralysis, changes in vision, and respiratory failure that can lead to death. However, saconitide, a pain reliever 1,000 times as powerful as morphine, was initially isolated from the venom of the magician cone snail, Conus magus. The blue-ringed octopus are one of the world's most venomous marine animals. Despite their small size, 12 to 20 centimeters, 5 to 8 in, and relatively docile nature, they are very dangerous to humans if provoked when handled because their venom contains the powerful neurotoxin tetrodotoxin. The blue-ringed octopus, despite its small size, carries enough venom to kill 26 adult humans within minutes. Their bites are tiny and often painless, with many victims not realizing they have been envenomated until respiratory depression and paralysis begins. No blue-ringed octopus antivenom is available.